Hey glitches, it's GigaMax again. As you can see, back with Final Fantasy. More importantly, I'm back after a, missing 2 days. Sorry about that. Most recently, I got a new job. That job happens to be overnight, from 6 to 4:30 in the morning. 6 p.m. to 4:30 in the morning. The job's, well, it pays 20. Where I am, 20 is a good pay. It's decent pay. It's, minimum wage here is $7.25, so that is good pay on a technicality, but not enough that I could properly live off of it in any capacity. I would need to be making 25 or 30 to live off of the money, which is the reason why I'm doing this. But yeah, that is kind of jacking up the schedule. I would normally try to record midday to night, but I normally can't record with people around simply because that just eventually disrupt the recording, and needless editing is needless editing. If I could do it in one clean sweep, I will, but that doesn't always happen. As you probably can tell if you ever watched through any of them to completion, I know I can see the analytics. I know most people just skip through everything. If not, they jump to one part, a second part, and then they drop off the video. If you could watch the end, I'd be happy. I'd be happy completely, but again, I can't force you to do anything. I'm trying to figure out programming so I can dox you guys if I need to. I need to have some blackmail at this point. Things just aren't working as they're supposed to. But yeah, the job itself kind of sucks. It's a factory job, but more so industrial cleaning. So it's a car factory. So one of the annoying things that I do is in a room, the paint room pretty much, and the paint removal room, or clear coat room. It's a room that sprays paint on the cars and whatnot. It's, standard stuff. I would need to remove the grades, which there might be about 100 in a room. It's not as bad as it may seem on paper, but in execution, it is just tedious. And then replacing all the rooms clear plastic, so people can see inside and everything like that, and the most important stuff doesn't get paint on it or damaged. But that is, again, kind of just busy work. The most annoying thing is going under the grates and having to put plastic down there. God, like, I am a skinny guy, or relatively skinny, a little bit overweight in the belly, but that's, COVID's-ish. That's COVID and antidepressants' fault. But what's it called? Under the grates. I am about 200 pounds. Being on my knees in a space that's like 4 feet high, 4 to 5 feet high, that's not good. Having to crawl on your hands and knees. 200 pounds on your knees suck, believe me. It is absolute hell and torture. I could see why some Japanese cultures would have people sit on triangles, like a triangle mat that's made out of wood, as a form of punishment with tiles on their leg. Because dear God, like every single room is like a different level. The black paint room's slick with slick paint that makes everything slippery, and it's like ink, and it is just annoying. The purple paint room is more like fungal because everything's like harder. It's like hard and soft at the same time, and it's like mushrooms pretty much, and it'll stick to your shoes. Everything's sticky in the room. The clear coat rooms, there's 2 of them, are pretty much glass. It's like, it smells like paint remover or nail polish remover, and it is just glass pretty much when it hardens. So having to walk on your knees on glass, it is painful and annoying. It is I'm laughing, but I'm laughing in the way of, I'm on my 3-day break at the moment, but it sucks to go through, as it's happening, and I have to work there for about 2 to 3 more weeks, and it hurts my soul until I can find another job that's more fitting to my needs. I just need a night shift, like 4 to 12 or 3 to 11, something like that, so I can still record, and I can also still live and do function normally. Because, I need my own personal time, of course. But, yeah, aside from that, it is just, the other task for that job is smaller stuff. I work Thursday to Sunday, which is the reason why I didn't record at all. I didn't have time to, quite literally. I was at work. What's it called? The other work is pretty much just, very, very basic stuff. It's very boring, honestly. And of course, it's a job. It's not supposed to be super interesting, and it's not supposed to be something you love doing. It's just supposed to pay the bills. But, and this just goes to everyone as a general thing, if a job sucks to a point that you loathe going there, don't go there anymore. In my situation, I'm struggling heavily. After I get paid, I will have $35 simply because I have a car payment, I have a phone payment, and I got 3 overdrafts from subscriptions last month that procced on my account without before I noticed it. So, I'm just struggling at the moment. I can get the money back, but it's just the process is it's not immediate, of course. Like, this isn't immediate. I'm recording and all this, but it isn't immediate benefit. I'm recording because A, I can play a game I like, and hopefully I can share that experience with other people. That's cool. That's awesome. I like doing it so far, at least. I need to get better at recording, but the software I'm using to record charges me at every turn, and it's annoying. As well as it's not like Premiere or other software people use to record, so there's not a lot of information that's just like tailored to, like, if you look up a Photoshop video, you'll see multiple stuff about Adobe Photoshop. Well, I'm using Filmora, and there's only Filmora branded videos, really, not really any other ones, and they're only about pictures, not recordings. So it's weird. Like, whenever I record a video, it is in HD 100%. Whenever it goes through YouTube, it drops down a quality level for some weird reason. Even if it is in HD, it doesn't look as good. I don't know why, and I'm still trying to figure out how to fix that. But I guess I've rambled on long enough. The goal for this one is literally just finishing up the side quest. I've got 3. These 3 will be well, hopefully I can post this and the story one, because I literally just hate having the payback thing on the screen the entire time. I have ADHD. It's distracting. So what do you need, Goot? Goot. Got.
Did you get my letter?
Yes.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto won't be listening.
Look at that. She's scared.
Is this better?
A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say.
Why does this sound familiar?
I'm straighting it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Be late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me
sorry.
get this straight.
Okay,
You
I think
forget
that's
to
better.
pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. He'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
Each.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
How did they think you were gonna get the money back? At least that quickly.
Those ledgers were my responsibility. And it was my decision to entrust them to you.
Oof, that's gotta hurt.
This is my fault.
Man, he's giving me the sad dad
I
routine.
can always ask my uncle.
Ha.
We don't no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
Wow.
Something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean.
Is there gold inside of
I
them?
reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Are they diamonds or crystals?
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because
Oh, rubies.
you'd rather Lady Karen killed
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
Nope.
No, I don't.
That's rough. Like, really rough. Okay, well, let's deliver some rubies. Man, that's gotta suck. I keep forgetting I can get to the main map from here. Oh, and I forgot. Well, hopefully this is, quick. Because, again, like, I am the type of person who tries to do any and all side quests when available. Like, doing YouTube kind of just makes me lean off of the side quests as much as I used to. But at the same time, I still want to complete all of them in case, well, general rewards and all that. Of course, this game's more narratively driven. I don't have to do anything, and I still level up. So.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here. But it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Yep, Star Ruby. The good stuff.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
For the most part, there's the one guy who let his debts get too high. Our debts. Well then, time to deliver the ruby to Elizabeth. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I never talk like this. Ah, it's her. Yeah, one issue that I have so far is that they only really give one quest to the people of notice. It's like, ah, yes,
There's talk
I get to meet
of
you
the last
one time and then never again. You know, because payback and all that. I don't know what payback had to do with any of that, but yeah, like they all have at least one quest, but that's not really the best thing, to be honest. It's like weird.
I want to see you.
Let's see. And also, we never go inside of here. We've already seen people partially naked, so it's a little late.
I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me.
Ha.
Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around.
He really wants to
Man
give these
owes me
away.
Nothing. Nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
That's news.
Long ago. Yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
Now,
Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
I'm trying to think, cause there is a pink. That's bull. Okay, so my complaints in some of the previous episodes may have said I'm pissed that there is no ping, but apparently there is. But why isn't it X? Why is it square? Come on. Well, I guess something you could ping near this, but you don't really need to. You could just fast travel to it. Whatever. I don't know if there's much more exploration in the game. Well, I guess there is like that entire area, but you know, we got 3 for here. And then I'm pretty sure it splits over here like this did. Meaning that we're gonna invade the capital for some reason at some point. But I guess we'll have to see how that goes. Because after destroying the mother crystals, I feel like the goal then would be to get all the nations to ally with us to make, you know, a unified front against man, it's been a minute. I forget what they're called, but you know, the unseen evil.
I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Man, all this, and we have to do his side too. This is some bull. Also, why is our merchant charging us? Like, how dare you charge us when you live here too? Well, she didn't charge us, to be fair. He's trying to give the money back, but even still, it's like, I wouldn't expect to get payback someone who also benefits from living here.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you like me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another, and our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Ooh. I'm fine with that. I am dire in money at the moment. Not in the game, but in real life.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Maybe I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I'm trying to figure out who he's referring to. Where are we fast traveling to? Ooh. Back to the start.
You ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
The gall.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times.
What is it?
The only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy soul couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
Damn.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Yeah.
He died. 20 summers.
Damn.
Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
It's nice getting some backstory for the characters. Wait, what's going on? Are we taking another trip to the hideaway? Or the... oh, this is backstory.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go with the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine.
Are we sure he washed it?
Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Well, that was a nice quest. So it's Goblet. Does it even do? Nope. I do like the heart to heart. Game definitely needed it. Well, since that one ran on long.
You might want to give that thing a
See?
miss. Can't claim it's what Sid would have wanted, but even he wasn't right about everything.
But yeah, see, I knew that thing was dirty as fuck. Like, when the second he told me Sid doesn't like to wash the dishes, that thing immediately, ugh. But I'm gonna end it here for this one. Yeah, it's just one, but you know, it's a long one. And then I'll upload the 2 other ones, hopefully. Hope to see you guys in the next one. I forgot to say it earlier in the video, so if you wouldn't mind doing all the YouTube things, that'd be awesome. You know, help push me in the algorithm a little bit, just a little bit, just a little. Aside from that, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, bye, and sayonara.